Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Secretary Granholm, you will not be surprised to hear that I think you're doing a terrific job. I want to thank you for all your work from the outset. And in particular today, just talking about the amazing progress the Department of Energy is making in implementing the bipartisan infrastructure law and the Inflation Reduction Act. It's really good stuff. These investments are critical to strengthening our domestic energy profile and fortify our overall energy and national security interests in the larger global marketplace, as you know. Given the precarious state of global energy markets and the impact that global conflicts such as the war in Ukraine, which you've talked about, have had on energy security, it is critically important we continue work in partnership with our allies to explore clean energy solutions and think carefully about our broad energy future. The Department of Energy, as you're well aware, has done an excellent job of working in tandem with international partners to achieve our clean energy goals. And one example of this is the implementation of the U.S.-Israel Energy Center. I wondered if you could speak about the accomplishments of the U.S.-Israel Energy Center and the importance of reauthorizing the center.
Yeah, thanks for that. You know, between the BIRD Energy Program and the U.S.-Israel Energy Center, which recently met at DOE headquarters for their first in-person executive meeting, we welcomed over 40 members of the committee, the executive committee, the various consortia to meet with projects. It is critical that we continue to forge partnerships on technology and on advances and on entrepreneurship and on ways and learn from one another. And, you know, between BIRD and the U.S.-Israel Energy Center, those two mechanisms of ensuring that we get the best ideas going in both directions is very important. Israel's got obviously huge expertise in things like, you know, smart agriculture and in batteries and in all the things that we are focused on as well, given that they're so in an area that's sensitive to not having to use fossil fuels from neighbors that may not be in their camp, I'll just say. Yeah. So we can learn a lot from each other.
Thanks very much. And building off the success of the U.S.-Israel Energy Center, you know that Congress enacted a few years back the Bipartisan Eastern Mediterranean Security and Energy Partnership Act. That was in 2019. It authorized the U.S. Eastern Mediterranean Energy Center, a similar center for energy research and collaboration, in this case with Cyprus, Greece, and Israel, so very much modeled after the U.S.-Israel Energy Center, which it's a terrific opportunity, this new one, to assemble many key partners around these critical issues. In DOE's own words, this center will, quote, strengthen the region's energy security, bring economic growth for countries across the region, deepen geopolitical ties among participating governments, and open commercial opportunities for U.S. companies. That's a quote from a concept paper that I know the department has developed. I know there's another concept paper, kind of a revised one in the works right now. Could you explain the Department of Energy's plans for the United States Eastern Mediterranean Center, I call it the East Med Center, and how the department's preparations will allow you to establish the center once resources are appropriated, which we're working on feverishly here to make sure that there is funding in place for this initiative?
Yeah, thank you so much for your leadership on that, making sure that we can do it. I mean, this is, of course, forging ties between Israel, Cyprus, Greece, and Egypt. Critical area, critical for us to be able to share ideas, again, on energy security. And you know, as we all know, with these multi-country centers like that, the benefit is because we are able to share researchers, to be able to cross-pollinate universities and research labs, and that's exactly what this would be doing. We're excited to continue working with you on it and hopefully get the funding for it.
Great. Well, I look forward to that as well, and working with my colleagues, including on this committee, Congressman Bill Arakis, are very keen on advancing this center and getting it stood up. It's an important bipartisan priority. Again, thank you for all the terrific work that you're doing at the department. I yield back.
The gentleman yields, and the chair